Committee, which is being held via Microsoft Teams, also being live streamed. Today, we are considering objections from the police and environmental health to a proposed 10 for the first and second floor flat, 299 Westbourne Park Road. I'm Councillor Janet Evans, and I will be chairing this meeting. I have no declarations to make in relation to this item. I am joined by Councillors Pretty Hudd and Linda Wade. Councillors, can you please introduce yourself and confirm whether or not you have any declarations to make?
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, all. Thank you. Councillor Pretty Hudd, no declarations. Thank you, Chair.
Councillor Linda Wade, no declarations.
Thank you. We are also joined by Laura Gahn from the Council's licensing team. Please, can you confirm your attendance?
Good morning, Chair. Attending.
Good morning. Thank you. Our legal officer, Lindsay Lemasurier, please, can you confirm your attendance?
Present, Chair.
Thank you. And our committee officers, Holly Weaver, Emily Beard, and Nima Mahudin, please, can you all confirm your attendance?
Holly Weaver, present. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. The quorum.
Nima,
Sorry, Nima, you're here.
yeah.
Okay. And Emily Beard is here. Yes, I see. Okay. The quorum for this committee is 2, as there is always a possibility that I may lose connection temporarily during the broadcast. I am nominating Councillor Hutt to be appointed as the substitute chair. Members, please confirm whether this nomination is seconded. Councillor Wade?
Seconded.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Now for some ground rules. Before we start, please keep your microphones on mute until you are invited to speak. Please make sure mobile phones are on silent. Please do not use the chat function as it is not being monitored. Everyone should have received the procedure for this meeting regarding the use of cameras and how to connect back in if you lose connection. Thank you. Now, Holly, can you please run through the list of the persons wishing to speak today? I have here Joshua Watkins, the premises user, and then we have the responsible authorities, Kieran McKenna. No, he's being replaced by James Rankin, correct?
No, so we've got Kieran McKenna, who's here from the Noise and Nuisance team.
Oh,
And then on behalf of the police, we've got Janelle Caldanez and James Rankin, who was acting as their counsel today.
okay, just put that down because it's not on here. Okay.
Not on.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. And the procedure. Firstly, the licensing officer, Laura McGon, give us a brief outline of the 10. Then I will ask Mr. Watkins, the premises user, to present his submission. He will have up to a maximum of 10 minutes to do so. You're being joined, I see, possibly by Nicole Watkins, is that correct? Is Nicole Watkins here?
Unfortunately, no. Her flight is delayed, so she won't be here today.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So you'll be solo. Questions may then be asked of the premises user by the committee, the police, environmental health, and our legal officer. Then I will ask the police's legal officer, legal advisor, James Rankin, to present his objection. He will have up to a maximum of 10 minutes to do so. So he will be joined by Janelle Caldanez, who may be able to assist the committee. Is Janelle here?
Present, Chair.
There you are. Thank you. Questions may then be asked of the police by the committee, the premises user, and our legal advisor. Then I will ask Environmental Health, Mr. Kieran McKenna, to present his objection. He will have a maximum of 10 minutes. And can you confirm your attendance, please?
Good morning, Chair. Yes, I can confirm.
Good morning. Finally, I will turn to the government team to see if they have any issues which have been raised that we need to consider. There'll be no summing up, and the committee will then adjourn for 10 minutes to make our decision. We will reconvene to verbally announce the decision today, and it will then be confirmed in writing within 5 days, 5 working days. The full reasoned decision will be issued as soon as possible thereafter. I would like to remind everyone that the committee has read the papers, which comprises the main pack, and we have all seen any additional submissions. So there's no need to repeat their content, but please do draw our attention to certain points and pages. Let's get going. Ms. McGaughan, please can you outline the 10 for us?
Thank you and good morning. We have before us today a temporary event notice, which has received objections from PC Caldernez on behalf of the Metropolitan Police on the grounds of prevention of crime and disorder and public safety. An objection has also been received from Philip Richardson from the Environmental Health on grounds of prevention of public nuisance and public safety. Ms Nicole Watkins has submitted a temporary event notice for Saturday the 23rd, Sunday the 24th and Monday the 25th of August 2025 to use 229 Westbourne Park Road, W11 1EE for the sales of alcohol off the premises between 12 o'clock in the afternoon and 7 p.m. in the evening during the Notting Hill Carnival. A copy of this temporary event notice, plan and event risk assessment can be found at Appendix A of today's bundle. Summaries of the objections can be found at pages 6 to 8 of today's bundle, and copies of both objections are attached as Appendix B and Appendix C. Relevant extracts from the Council's Statement of Licensing Policy are attached as Appendix D. The premises are located in Colville Ward on Westbourne Park Road near the junction with Portobello Road. A map of the area is attached as Appendix E. A list of licensed premises within the vicinity is attached as Appendix F. A map of the 2024 Carnival footprint indicated the parade route, location of sound systems, bars, street trading sites, safe areas and other matters is attached as Appendix G. This is for illustrative purposes only. The map for 2025 is yet to be finalised. A list of temporary event notices received so far for this year's Carnival is attached as Appendix H. This excludes notices which may have been withdrawn or issued a counter notice. Some of the notices may still be under consideration. Finally, Chair, I'd like to confirm that the following additional documents have been circulated. There's 2 documents from the police, a Sector 3 map and crime statistics for Sector 3. In determining this matter, the committee must have regard to the objection notices from the police and Environmental Health and take such of the following steps as it considers necessary for the promotion of the licensing objectives. The steps are A, to issue a counter notice if it considers it necessary for the promotion of any of the licensing objectives to do so, or B, take no action and allow the notice to have effect. This concludes my summary of this morning's proceedings. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, can I ask you something to clarify for us? We are not clear on the address because did you say 229 or 299?
299. Sorry, let me just have a quick look at the papers.
I thought there was a typo somewhere.
299, isn't it? 299 Westbourne Park Road?
That's correct, Chair.
Yes? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. McGaughan.
Thank you.
Now for the premises user's case, Mr. Watkins, please can you present your submission and advise if there have been any additional documentation sent to the council? And to our governance officers, I'd like you please to put up some a map or pictures of the exterior. Okay, and okay, this is already getting ready. Advertising rum punch, I see. Okay, is that the premises to the right, Mr. Watkins?
Correct. Good morning, everyone. My name is Joshua Watkins.
Can you turn on your camera, please?
It should be on. Can you see me?
Okay. I don't see you, no.
Can anyone else see me?
No.
Oh,
No.
That's
No.
strange because I can definitely see myself.
No.
Oh,
My camera's definitely on. I think maybe because you're screen sharing, would I be along the bottom potentially because everyone else's camera seems to be off?
Holly, what do you think?
So the feed, Mr. Watkins, isn't coming through, but I think he can hear us fine. We can hear him fine. I think we'd be okay to proceed as we are, and it may be that just the camera will start showing at some point.
Would you like me to very quickly join and rejoin again? I'm more than happy to do so.
If
Madam
you
Chair,
could,
would you like?
if you could do it quickly.
Absolutely. Give me T minus 30 seconds. Thank you.
Okay. There you are. Hello.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Am I visible? Am I clear?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you. Good morning, all. Again, thank you for taking the time to schedule the hearing. I do appreciate it. By way of introduction, my name is Joshua Watkins. I'll be the premises user on behalf of Nicole Watkins. Unfortunately, my mother, who is Nicole Watkins, who lives at the premises, is delayed on a flight back from the Caribbean. So she's in a much better place than we are all at the minute. So I will present my case. I'll be very, very brief. I'm a man that works in the City of London, so I can appreciate time, and I'm sure that we all have other things to do throughout the day as well. As per Laura's outline of the 10, essentially the image that you can see in front, which says kind of the rum punch, and then there's kind of that red outline. Essentially, that is where we would look to occupy the space as per the 10 that we've had approved for the last couple of years. This would be, I think, our third or fourth year running doing exactly the same thing. I hear and totally understand some of the objections that were raised by Janelle, I believe, and someone from the environmental team at RBKC in regards to the crime prevention, and then also in terms of kind of noise and environmental safety. As per our risk assessment, we've noted again our SIA licensed security guards in regards to kind of anything that's disorderly or anything regarding any crime. In the last couple of years, we've never had any instances, as far as I'm aware, and I've been there the entire time from 12 to 7, and we've never had any issues with the police. If anything, they've come and said, "Oh, you guys are a great bunch of people," which is fantastic to hear. In regards to the environmental safety regarding kind of congestion of the road, as you can see, we've outlined just the pavements alone, or that the slightly smaller image on the right hand side is typically where we have people congregate, and where we have any overflow into the road, we kind of shut the stall, and the police over the last couple of years have been aware of that. They've said we can continue to trade in the past, but again, it's the safety of the people that are working with alongside me. It's for family residents, so we never like to again kind of aggravate or the word kind of contribute to any disorderly contact. In the event that we do not have the 10 approved, which again is why we're here today. This space will be occupied nonetheless, as in not by us, but by people that come down to Notting Hill Gate Carnival in years prior, before we had we set up this rum punch stall to sell my grandmother's rum punch, you had people kind of sitting on the stairs and congregating on the stairs doing disorderly things. But I think with our presence and understanding that it's a family residence and essentially a family setting celebrating our culture, we've had none of that in the last 4 years. I've spoken to Janelle on numerous occasions over the last couple of years in terms of improving our risk assessment and doing things to ensure that we are conducting ourselves with the utmost safety, of which we've kind of improved on that year on year, and was looking to do so this year until we received the objection from yourselves, which again, whilst valid, this is why we're here today, for the objection hearing and for me to present my case. Hopefully you've all read the documents, and I can appeal to you guys in terms of the fact that we've run this event for this will be the 4th year event. I would call it event, or yeah, we'll call it an event for the 4th year running with no issues. So on that basis, I would like to present an appeal, and we can lose the Saturday and just kind of keep it to the Sunday and the Monday, even if it is on shorter prohibited hours. And I will stop talking. Because I'm known for talking a little bit too much. So anyway, thank you for your time this morning, and I look forward to hearing your decision.
Great,
Thank
thank you very much.
No
Now
worries.
I'll have questions from the committee. Councillor Hurd?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Mr. Watkins, for that, and wishing your mother a safe journey home.
Can you put your camera on, please?
Yeah, sorry, Chair, my laptop is logged out, so I'm actually doing it on the phone now, but I will do. Sorry.
Okay.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I only have literally three very quick questions. Mr. Watkins, can you confirm that you have done a similar thing for the past 4 years?
Yes, I can confirm that.
So you were granted a license in the past?
Yes, absolutely. I can forward you on the emails from Janelle and RBKC.
That's fine. No, that's absolutely fine. Could you also confirm that you use your premises and you allow people to use your loos? Is that correct?
So if I go back on the history, the first year that we did it, we only had loos being used. My mother used to work for RBKC, now Westminster Council, as a teacher, and she wanted to open up the toilets purely just for women in the event that they needed to go to the toilet. Just because she's kind of grown up in and around the area and understands that the facilities are not always the best. So to any young women or women with children, we open up our flat kind of free of charge for people to come and use the toilet.
Okay, so you will be allowing the use of the
if she wants to do this charitable thing again, as it's her premises, then yes.
Right. Okay, and then have your neighbours been notified?
I just keep going back on mute. Yes, my neighbours to the left, who is Pete, who's on 301. Our neighbours downstairs and our neighbours to the right have all been notified of this.
Okay, that's all for me. Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Thank you, Chair.
No worries. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Wade?
Yes, could you possibly detail precisely where the bar is? The serving point.
Yeah, no, of course. Of course. So if you can see on the probably the biggest image, which says rum punch in the 3 bottles, essentially that is where the serving area is. So if you were standing right in front of it, you'd be that is where you'd be.
So you're going to be serving on the street?
Well, we're not on the street, but the people that will be taking the drink will be serving on the street. Yes, correct.
So I have a query as to whether or not you would need a street trading license for that. And perhaps somebody in legal could come back to me in clarification. Who owns the freehold of the property?
We are renters from the council.
All right. Have the council given you permission?
Yes, they've been given permission for the last couple of years as well, and we've got permission from our kind of housing officer and the likes. Which I can give you the name, but the name has changed, so I may have to follow up.
All right, it's just because you must bear in mind that there's a public liability insurance issue here.
Absolutely, I'm a public liability underwriter, so I know more than well.
All right, no, it's and what is can you talk me through your queue strategy? So you're selling on, I still can't quite work out where the bar is, but I can see the area on the street when you say serving area expected. So is it a serving area or is it expected queuing area?
So essentially, on either side of the rum punch stand, and if you look at the top left, so if you imagine right to the bottle, to both bottles on either side, there would be 2 security guards, as there have been for the last couple of years. Above where you can see like a little bit of a pillar with a plant pot, we have not 24 hours, but we have kind of security cameras running for the entirety of the time, which gives you a 360 angle. So you can see down to Portobello and then probably up to I think it was 267, Western Pot 267, and it gives you that kind of visibility. In terms of the serving area, like I said, we will be behind the barriers, standing. And then if you look at this slightly smaller image on the right, and that's a little bit smaller, so apologies, where we've outlined that red kind of piece, essentially, that's where we expect and we have seen and experienced people to be waiting to be served. But again, as I said, if it falls outside of that area, we kind of close the shop. Just because I'd rather not have too many people outside of my family residence, just because my mum doesn't like it, to be honest, and then also for safety reasons as well. But either, sorry, go ahead.
As a person knows about insurance, you realise that I believe there's somebody a different flat on the ground floor.
Yes, absolutely. Which who's Peter Smith, who we have got written confirmation to do so.
All right, because it compromises his contents insurance. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Now, I have a few questions. First of all, can you tell me, how are you selling your rum punch? Is this in bottles? Is it in glasses, paper cups, whatever?
As per the risk assessment, the rum punch is sold in cups. The first 2 years we sold it in plastic bottles, but again, for environmental reasons, we transferred over to paper cups for last year, and we continue to do so.
Right. Okay. And where is this made, this mixture?
This mixture is made in our Ghost Kitchen, which is situated in Park Royal.
Okay. And how much alcohol is in there?
11%.
Okay, but in a portion?
Yeah. So whether it be a litre, whether it be 300 ml, the ratio doesn't change. So it would be 11% alcohol content.
Okay. And you have, I just want you to tell us, so if people are queuing up out here, your bar will be behind that, correct?
Yes. So if I'm not sure who's controlling the screen sharing, if you could zoom in to the slightly smaller photo, I think you just hovered over it with the red outline.
Okay.
A little bit more, brilliant. A little bit more, and then I could be able to show you if you can. No worries if you can't. Brilliant. That should give enough. So, but behind the fencing, there's a big concrete slab. And then what we've done over the last couple of years, we've built a wooden kind of support beam which we stand on. The rum punch banner kind of lays across the front of the fencing, so we're standing behind it, and then anyone that's in that kind of red box that we've outlined, that's where they'll be standing. We typically, and again, I'm more than happy to forward on last year's video evidence of what it looked like in situ. We don't have anyone kind of going outside of this point. You've got people obviously walking, but they've got
Right.
nothing to do with us.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's it.
Thank
Can I ask an additional question
Okay.
rising from that? That is the dust would be normally used for the dustbins, wouldn't it? That concrete slab.
Yes, but as I mentioned, we built a wooden beam that sits kind of
All right.
above it.
I'd like to know what the width and dimensions of it, and what is the prevention to prevent staff falling into the basement. If it's got to be quite wide in order for people to pass, move, serve.
Mhm.
So what could you possibly clarify that?
Yeah, of course. And I don't know if am I able to screen share? Yes, I am. If I can very quickly pull up. Bear with me a second, everyone. Apologies. As quickly as I can.
Because we've got safety of the staff as well to consider.
Absolutely. The staff is essentially me and my best mate, but let me get this up.
But you know, if you're very busy, and there's got to be something that prevents you from falling off this platform.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. We've got a barrier behind us. We've got a barrier behind us, and there are stairs. I'm just trying to find a clearer image that I can show you guys. Bear with it a sec. Almost there. No, I've only got pictures of me and friends outside of the place. Apologies. I can dig this out and maybe forward this on after the call. Oh gosh, can you all see me still?
Thank you.
But essentially, you'll see. That's not a good photo, and that's just a selfie of my family, so I won't say that. Here, this gives you could see a little bit of the, let me screen share a second. Set video share screen. Yes, audio, team, start button. Is it sharing?
No.
It is. Can you see my screen by any chance?
Yes.
Yes.
Brilliant. So exactly, this is what it was last year, and I'm not sure if you can see this.
Yes.
I've tried to zoom in as much as possible, but essentially, there's this kind of goes right across, and then there's also a lower one that's what we stand on. To the right of it, there's stairs kind of going down to get you onto the floor, and there's a beam behind. There's essentially a short beam behind the. From falling to prevent us from falling backwards, but we're capable 30-year-old adults, and hopefully we wouldn't do that.
Okay. Well, now, was that picture admissible? Because it's admitted now. Are we allowed to use it?
From my standpoint, absolutely. I didn't share it beforehand because I just didn't thought it'd be valid for the risk assessment. But
no, it's not from your standpoint. It's a legal question to our legal advisor.
Apologies.
So, Chair, I don't think that unless the police or environmental health have an issue with it, I don't think it's going to be problematic. It should have been shown before, but I don't think it's going to be an issue, to be honest with you.
Okay. So now, does the police have any questions of Mr. Watkins?
No questions, Chair.
Thank you. And environmental health, do you have any questions of the premises user?
No questions from me, thank you.
Okay. And I think we can now go on to the police. No,
I
to,
think we can now go on to the police. No, to,
sorry, your sound just, okay,
sorry, your sound just, okay.
sorry, who's breaking up?
Madam Chairman, Mr. Rankin, I believe there may be an echo on your screen. It may be that you've joined the meeting twice. I'm not sure. If you'd be willing, we'll just take a second. If you're okay to leave the call and rejoin, and hopefully that will sort of correct any echo we have with your microphone. But at the moment, there's a kind of 2-second delay. Thank you.
Now you're on mute. Okay.
Is that any better?
A little bit. Can everyone hear Mr. Rankin?
Never, Mr. Rankin? I'm sorry about this. I can come in on another device if it's a problem.
But yeah, the echo is still there, Mr. Rankin.
I'll come in on another device.
Thank you.
Okay. Holly, maybe too many people have their cameras on.
I think it may just be an issue with Mr. Rankin's connection. I know sometimes there can be a sort of delay if there's any sort of like Wi-Fi issues or anything like that.
Thank you.
I think that's that sorts it, Mr. Rankin. Thank you.
Good. I hate Teams more than I can say. With apologies, Chair, because you heard my opening before. You have a lot of applications before you today. I'm going to do one comprehensive opening for this application and hope that that stands as my opening for others.
Okay.
Mr. Watkins has not heard the police position because his case, which I'm sympathetic to, is, well, look, my grandmother had temporary events notices over the last 4 years. We want them again, please. The answer to that simple statement is rather more complicated because whilst the police's approach to temporary events notices in the past has been permissive, in other words, to allow them, referencing obviously historic activities that took place under the auspices of the temporary events notices, the position now has changed, and the reason is simple. The information that you've been reading about in the press and the links that have been provided to you indicate grave concerns that the Commissioner, Sir Mark Rowley, has in relation to the carnival. It's gradually, over a process of years, increased in size. And what has not increased is the ability of the police to police it. So crowds are expected in excess of 2 million this year. And the resources that the police have to police it are limited to some 7,000 officers that are specially bussed in for this. That's fewer than we would like. And there are fewer stewards available to police the carnival this year. So we have had a rethink about how we approach carnival. Carnival is 363 days in the planning. Notting Hill Carnival Limited sits down with the police and every eventuality is planned. Every risk is covered off. The only risk that is not covered off are these temporary events notices because we don't know when they're going to be made, where the locations are going to be, who is making the application, and what the hours are expected. And that causes difficulties. the police position is that the widespread availability of alcohol, particularly in areas which are proximate or close to the carnival route itself or to the sound systems, presents their own particular difficulties because it alters the crowd dynamic. And whilst some areas may be quiet early on in the carnival, later on they become extremely densely packed. And that impacts and compromises the way that the police are able to respond to incidents. Thoroughfares which might be passable earlier in the day become impassable. And when you have, as is proposed by Mr. Watt, selling out onto the street, which presents its own legal difficulties with street trading and so on, that causes a pinch point. That causes the crowd to stop. We don't want the crowd to stop. We want it to continue to pass and repass. And the location site, which you will see from the map, is close to Portobello Road and is used as a frequently used cut through during Carnival. Now, we were mindful of remarks that you made in other applications, and that the committee might be assisted by the production of statistics. Now, I'm not suggesting for a moment that Mr. Watkins or his grandmother were responsible for crime last year, but indirectly they may well have contributed. The free pouring of rum punch to a person out on the street doesn't prevent that person becoming drunk, doesn't prevent that person taking it to an area which is not so proximate to Mr. Watkins' address at 299 Westbourne Park Road. But people become the victims of crime, people are assaulted, people have things stolen from them. And just to put that into context, over 2 days last year, the Carnival is divided up into 5 sectors, and Westbourne Park Road falls into sector 3. Over only 2 days last year, there were 90 reported incidents. Now, I say reported, I underline that, because these are only the incidents that people have taken the trouble to report. Many of these incidents go unreported. If somebody has their phone stolen right in the middle of Carnival, if somebody is sexually assaulted, then rather than actually report the thing at the time, fatigue sets in and the moment passes. And so much crime goes unreported. But of the reported crime, 90 incidents over 2 days in Sector 3, 30 of those related to drugs, 14 of them related to theft, 11 related to violence without injury, but there were 6 incidents of violence with injury, and then 6 sex offences. So I understand and sympathise with Mr. Watkins' position, but our position is the broader picture. And I have indicated through Janelle Caldinez and her objection the particular parts of the policy that we rely on, in particular policy 25.11. We are the principal sources of intelligence on matters relating to crime and disorder. And I should say this, that we don't object to every single temporary events notice. There are 52 temporary events notices to date that we have not objected to. But the combined experience of the police room is some 150 years of policing Carnival. That's how much knowledge goes into a decision as to whether we object or don't. And the view that the police take is that this is an application where, regrettably, a counter notice should be issued. As I say, we are the principal sources of intelligence. And when we suggest that this is an application where a counter notice should be issued. We're looking to the committee for support in the difficult task that we have of making sure that Carnival is a safe place for everybody that attends. Now, I've got Janelle who can answer any detailed questions, but I was going to leave it there and open ourselves for questions.
Thank you very much. Janelle, will you turn your camera on, please?
Can you see me?
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Councillor Hudd, do you have any questions?
No, thank you, Chair.
Okay, Councillor Wade?
No, I have no questions.
Okay, I'll have one question. Do you find the location of where this 10 is anticipated to take place, do you feel that is, yeah, exactly. You feel that people will be coming up from the Portobello Road and it's in a stampede or something that could be very dangerous, is that correct?
Well, the concern that Sir Mark Rowley identifies his public statements to the press is a mass casualty event. You will have taken, in the years that you have been a resident of the Royal Borough, the trouble to visit Carnival during its quietest and busiest times, and that will be the same of other members of your committee. Portobello Road is virtually a standstill for most Carnival. Westbourne Park Road is also a conduit to and from the Portobello Road. So, yes, our fear relates to a mass casualty event. And that's not hyperbole, that's not exaggeration, and it's not an abundance of caution. We believe that something serious may well take place at Carnival. Yeah.
Okay, and free pouring, you mentioned free pouring. That adds to the risk. Would you say that adds to the risk?
Yes, I mean, you've got, it may be 11%, but if it's been liberally poured and liberally mixed, it's in quantities which are uncontrolled and dispensed by people that aren't qualified bar people. The experience of a qualified bar person is helpful. It's not a complete answer, but the ability to sense drunkenness when somebody's been overserved, all of those things, doesn't necessarily apply when you have somebody, and I use the word, I don't mean unkindly, but when you've got somebody who is not professional, is an amateur, is doing this once a year, that doesn't help.
Thank you very much. Any questions from our legal officer?
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted clarification that there was a typo on page 22 of your objection, which says the location of this 10 is Ladbroke Grove, which is on the main parade route. I just wanted to clarify that.
Well,
yeah, that's an error.
Yeah, that's an error.
Thank you. That was my only question.
Thank you. Now we'll have the premises user. Do you have any questions for the police, Mr. Watkins?
Yes, I've got my underwriter hat on now. I've got quite a few questions, but I'll keep them as brief as possible. The first, where did you get the understanding that we were free pouring, James?
Are the measures pub measures? Are they gills?
No, it's all served in 300 milliliter cups.
Yeah. There are statutory measures for the dispensing of alcohol, and yours does not fall within there.
Sorry, could you repeat that? I can hear you.
So what is not controlled is the quantity of spirit that goes into your grandmother's rum punch. I'm not disputing that it's probably absolutely delicious, but what is not controlled is the amount of spirit that goes into it. In the same way that it would be if it was dispensed, for example, from an optic in a public house or bar.
I see what you mean. Brilliant. Fine. I just wanted to clarify that. Thank you. The second point, and this is even in the event that we are not approved. It would be interesting to see two things. You noted sector 3. I'm not au fait with where the sectors are and where it overlaps with, but if you, again, with my underwriting hat on, there we go, brilliant, fantastic. Here we go. Where is Westbourne Park Road? Okay, so it crosses. Yeah, no, again, it just got my analytics hat on. If you took, 3.1 and 3.4, 3.2, of which that's where the flat falls into, it'll be interesting to see the crime rates there as opposed to kind of including the mass area of Portobello that you note, and then kind of going down to the Crescent. That's just a note. It'll be interesting to see that for next year in the event that we do go ahead and reapply for next year, in the event that we're not approved this year. And then secondly, I think you mentioned in and around, you've alluded to the fact that if we don't have this temporary events notice approved, that you expect people to not be on the stairs. If you are aware of Carnival, the stairs that is all along Westbourne Park Road where residents live, they are congested with people. When you have temporary events notices or residents protecting their own property where they live or they rent, that is what's the word? A reason as to why you've got less of that. So I totally disagree on that point, but I definitely hear your other points, James, and thank you for your presentation.
Just back on that, the harm from somebody sitting on your grandmother's step is less of a harm from a policing point of view than a crowd of people outside your mother's flat clamoring for the rum punch, because it's the crowd of people, the queues of people waiting to purchase the punch that causes the pinch point, as opposed to somebody sitting on a doorstep.
I wish we were that popular to have queues and queues of people. Unfortunately, we don't. But and maybe this is something we can revisit next year. But I will personally show you pictures of drugs dealing, some of the other crimes that has been listed on that happen along not just Westbourne Park Road, where you've got unattended stairs. But again, as I've said, there's been more 10s this year. As a few of my neighbours I know have definitely applied for them over the years once they've seen our operation, and it's definitely we've all seen as a community within our kind of group chat.
Excuse me, Mr. Watkins. Do you have a question, please?
No. Sorry. It was just a comment. It was just a comment, as James commented. So I thought that was
okay.
Right
It's your
for me
turn
to do so. Apologies.
To Rankin, any question you would like.
Done with questions. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay. Now for the environmental health subjection, Mr. McKenna, please can you present your submission? You have up to 10 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair and subcommittee members. Mr. Philip Richardson submitted the representation for the objection for this 10, and I'm here today to present this. We are objecting to the 10 as we believe this should not promote the public safety licensing objective. As the Metropolitan Police, Mr. Rankin, have gone through this so far today, and I would support this. For public safety, this 10 is in a busy area near Portobello Road, which we know gets very congested. We do look at all 10 applications on their merits, and there was a risk assessment with this one, but we also have to consider the wider context across Carnival with regard to public safety, and measures must be taken to ensure that the event is as safe as it can be, and we are striving to improve Carnival, not maintain what happened in the past. The council has also taken other steps to try and improve safety this year by removing all the traders from the parade route, and we're trying to address the well-established concerns raised, and we are doing this on a case-by-case basis and raising the objections where they do not promote the key licensing objectives. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, any questions from the committee? Councillor Hood?
No, thank you, Chair.
Councillor Wade?
No, thank you, Chair.
Okay. And I think, would you, do you think it is difficult to ascertain specifically in the carnival footprint where a problem occurred because people are moving around?
Yeah, I do think it is difficult. It's not an art or a science. We've just got to do what we can to try and make it safer overall.
Prevention.
Yeah.
Okay, legal officer, any questions?
No questions from me, Chair.
And premises user, Mr. Watkins, questions?
No questions from me, Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Now I'd like to ask our legal officer to deal with any further queries that she may have. Lindsay?
No further queries from me, Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Licensing officers, anything to add?
Nothing from me, thank you.
Governance officers?
Nothing from us. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Okay, we've reached the end of this meeting. We now have all the information that we need, and we will retire to make our decision in private. We will reconvene this hearing in 10 minutes to verbally announce our decision. When we return to the hearing, we will open up and let you know. Then I'll say I'm reconvening the meeting for Mr. Watkins. A summary determination will be sent to the parties within 5 working days. Thank you for attending. Committee, we will go into the other room. Thank you.
Thank you. So if everybody else would like to just remain on the line, keep cameras and mics off, just for the time being. Once the committee come back, the decision will be announced. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, sorry, I had to change devices. So is it time to reconvene, Holly?
Yes, the time is now 10:34, so I'm just going to double check that everybody's rejoined. So, Mr. Watkins, just double checking that you're still on the call.
Still on the call. Hi, everyone.
Thank you. Janelle? Thank you. Mr. Rankin?
Yes, Holly.
Thank you. Kieran?
Present.
Perfect, thank you. And Laura?
Present.
Perfect, thank you. Over to you when you're ready, Madam Chairman.
Okay, the committee has considered objections from the police and the environmental health to a temporary event notice, which has been given by, it has Miss Nicole Watkins, but it's being presented by James Watkins for the sale by retail of alcohol off the premises at the above premises on Saturday, 23 August and Sunday, 24 August and Monday, 25 August, between the hours of 12 and 19 o'clock for a maximum number of 15 people at any one time. The committee has considered the committee papers and the submissions made by the parties, both orally and in writing. In reaching its decision, the committee has had regard to the relevant legislation, the Secretary of State's guidance, and the authority's statement of licensing policy. In summary, the committee decided, after taking into account all the individual circumstances of the case and the prevention of crime and disorder and public safety licensing objectives, to issue a counter notice under Section 105 of the Licensing Act 2003 for the event. This notice means permission for the licensable activities requested in the 10 has not been approved. The committee decided that allowing the 10 would, in this instance, undermine the prevention of crime and disorder and public safety licensing objectives, and it determined to issue a counter notice under Section 105 of the Licensing Act 2003. A copy of the reasoned decision will be provided without undue delay. If the premises user would like to appeal against this decision, such appeal must be made to the court within 21 days. So that's irrelevant at this point. Isn't that correct? Lindsay?
Sorry, Chair, my mouse got stuck. Yeah, you have to make a date. You have to make a an appeal no later than 5 working days before the start of the proposed event. So it is out of time, but obviously you've made your decision in any event today.
Okay, thank you everyone for attending and for sharing with us. Thank you, Mr. Watkins.
Thank you all. Take care.
Thank you.